So for the last few days, we've had a slight push up in the Bitcoin price. What I'm going to do now is jump onto the lower time frames. And we've been waiting for one special signal, right? Or one sort of idea. Is there another low coming? Are we going to capitulate? Is Bitcoin going to 14,000? Or if we go sideways and calm down in this area, what's the possibilities of the low already being in? Now, for me, I am starting to see signs of a slight little reversal on the shorter time frames, but ultimately we need a specific thing to happen on the higher time frames. So what I'm saying now is I'm going to go through Bitcoin and go through altcoins and go through the stock market because that is a very interesting chart. That is definitely interesting chart, and I want to see how Bitcoin is going to react when this bad boy decides at some point to slow down. We've had a big push in stock market, no decent pullbacks since we've been running up really strong. And ultimately, if this does decide to pull back at any point, what's the actual crypto market going to do? But one thing I can say, guys, is we are trending sideways and we're not getting that big exaggeration. It kind of feels that the FUD is slowly getting, less and less every day. And ultimately, we're not having Bitcoin extremely break that previous low. So what I'm saying is, if the pullback is right and we have the RSIs reset and we hold a specific level, it might be a possibility that we're not getting a lower low. It's time to buy up. What are we buying? And let's go through that. So I'm going to give you the full view of what you need to have on your charts, what indicators you need to have ready. And if this plays out, it is time to get in. If it does not play out, we are going lower and prep for more bloodiness. No more wasting time. James, let's get into the show.
Click, click. Have you heard the news? What? With his finger on the pulse, it's like Sheldon knew. Click, click. When the sniper shoots, we got Sheldon on the charts, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. So enter the sniper, click, click, click. Time to be dedicated, sniper mode is activated. Explosions in the market are in target and Sheldon demonstrates. Mirror, mirror on the wall, Master Sheldon tell us all. We got Sheldon on the chart, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. Enter the sniper, click, click. Enter the sniper.
Yo, Banter fam, what's happening? Hope you're all having a fantastic day. If you're new to the channel, smash the subscribe button. You're part of the family, smash the like button. What's up, guys? How we feeling? Pop in the comments again. I'm going to ask you every single day. Is the bottom in or are we going lower? So just say bottom is in, bull time, or bear time, we still have lower lows. I want to know how you guys are feeling right now and what you're actually thinking. Guys, remember, we have many, many, many different features within the channel. Make sure you're following all of us on Twitter or below in the description. Make sure you're following myself. I sent a message out. I spoke at Binance last night, and we actually had a few of the Banter fans come through over there. And I just want to say from the bottom of my heart again, thank you to everyone that has supported and believed in me throughout this journey. It means the absolute world to me. You guys have kept me strong. From a person that's come in and had no idea that this was all going to happen and no idea what I needed to be for people every day. I just wanted to come in with my heart. And as I'm learning, as I'm progressing in the space, just trying to teach and share the love as we're going. So I just want to say absolute thank you, thank you, thank you for all the love and the support. So follow me on Twitter, guys. Remember, we have the OKX World Cup as well. So you'll find that below in the description. So below, you'll find many different things. We have all the different exchanges. If you want to open an account, these are the safe ones that we've done research on. We know the teams extremely well. We don't want another FTX situation. So these are the ones if you're looking to open an account. By signing up with our links, you do get sign-up bonuses. You get discounts on trading fees. OKX, guys, a lot is happening there. Open your OKX accounts. You're going to enjoy it. And the reason why I'm saying don't be shy to have multiple exchanges is because throughout the next, especially Sniper School and throughout the next few weeks, I'm teaching you how to build separate businesses. And I want you to separate those businesses because some businesses are going to be trading short time frame. Some are going to be trading medium time frame and some are going to be trading long time frame. So don't be afraid to have accounts of each because we're going to use all of them for a specific purpose. Maybe the ones for salary, maybe the ones for spending money, maybe the ones for long-term savings, maybe a car, these sort of things. So don't be afraid. Remember, guys, we do also have our Discord. So I want you guys to go click on the link below in the Discord. Go there now. Remember, if you are using our exchangings, you can get into the VIP section where you get calls every day. But we have many new exciting features that have just dropped on Discord. Go check it out. It is tons of alpha for you guys every single day, and it costs you nothing. Guys, use this information. I'm going to say this again. Build in this time, because I'll probably say we have about 6 months, maybe 12 months left. Then we probably have one more massive bull run, and then I don't think we're ever going to have the same bull runs again. Use this time, use this time, use this time. Learn, understand, build your roadmap of what profits or what do you want out of crypto. Make the decision now. Don't make it when the bull run comes, because then you're going to change your mind. You're going to sit there and be like, it's going to go more. Or I want more. And you're going to see how it's going to consume you. So I need you to make your decision of what you want out of crypto now. And ultimately, we have to start building a roadmap on how you're going to get there. The time will come for massive bull run again. And you're not going to see this cheapness ever again. And you're going to really be angry with yourself if you did not take advantage at the current levels that we are at. So use our Discord, use our Twitters, use our Twitter spaces, do everything that you can to get smart. So, I'll say this again. Stop asking when it's going to happen. Are you ready for when it actually happens? Keep that question in mind. Know where you're going in this space and why you're actually here. And keep focused, guys. Do not lose any motivation or anything like that. Because when it comes, it comes. You only need one bull run. One bull run and you're there. So let's jump in and let's go through what's actually happening right now. So remember, OKX, guys, all the exchanges. Amazing. Cool. So, guys, what we currently have at this point is we do have Bitcoin slightly moving up. It did not make 100% a higher high, but a possible double top, okay? And what actually happened the last few days is we had a break of this trend, a slight trend that we've formed since getting the low of the 15,600. And ultimately, what we want to see here is we do have a very big gap, and this very big gap was through that time of FTX. And ultimately, back to the levels of really bullishness is obviously the 21K sort of area and these sort of zones up here. But ultimately, if we crack this, there's no more resistance. And ultimately, we can go to way higher levels after that at any sort of way. But we got to start off with step one. The step one is the breakout. And right now, I spoke to you guys yesterday about turning your money into Bitcoin. And you would be making quite a bit of tokens right now. Ultimately, you probably wouldn't be making 5% of tokens if you just, listened yesterday and you're in Bitcoin or Ethereum. They're currently outperforming the market when the market is pulling back. And when we are safe, don't rush. When we are safe, we can diversify back into all the altcoins again when it's the real money time for the altcoins and these sort of areas. So for, only buy if. And for me, I'm still talking about Bitcoin. And there's one or two altcoins which I will speak about, which are showing tremendous strength. But for me right now, your focus should be on Bitcoin and ETH, lowering the amount of tokens that you have, making sure that we are secure and that we are sure that the possible lows may be in. And obviously preparation if it's not in, and this turns out to be a fake out because we did not get the higher high just yet. And ultimately, if we lose this trend line over here, we're going to $14,000. And you want to be in Bitcoin, you want to be in the safer assets. I've said it again, there's a huge gap on altcoins of up to a 40% if things go wrong. So you need to prepare for that. So the way I want to see this is if you look at the 4-hour chart, you have the RSI sitting at the top, okay? Then you have the 8-hour sitting at the top. Then what you have is the 12-hour sitting at the top. So you have all these indicators showing that a pullback is about to happen. Okay, on the higher time frames, it's not looking good. We have not secured, 17K would have been better on this push up first and then the pullback, but ultimately we stopped in the area of 16.7. So it's not looking that great just yet. So what I'm saying is you still want to be in the safest assets right now. Once we have confirmed, and the tools that I'm using to confirm, is I want to see Bitcoin pull down. Maybe it pulls down a little bit faster today or anything like that. And then I want it to settle. And ultimately, I want Bitcoin to hold $16,000. Now, in that time, I need my 4-hour, my 8-hour, and my 12-hour RSIs to reset. What are we looking for, guys? We are looking for a higher low. That's what we are looking for. We are making sure that we are starting to progress and we are showing a little bit of strength to the upside. And maybe there is a push up. Will that push up be an exit point? Maybe we go to 18,000 and that's where we can take profits. And then the 14K happens after that. Or Bitcoin goes to 20K from here. We basically got to prep for both. Right now, we're at the stage of protecting your assets because we're not safe just yet. But if Bitcoin does come down and we hold 16K, and it basically, for me, it's basically indicating the rest of the week is probably slightly red. Maybe it happens fast. We will see. But ultimately, Bitcoin needs to hold 16,000. You want all these RSIs to reset. If 12 hours reset, 8 hour and the 4 hours reset, and we have secured and held the $16,000 mark, then for me, it's looking good. It's looking good for us after that to make the push up to the 18K. Now, higher time frame, we have to be patient. We have to remember that this was a big event. And maybe Bitcoin ranges between 15 and 18,000 for the rest of the year. End of the day, it is a big range. It's still a massive range. It's a 20% range on altcoins, 20% for Bitcoin. So there's a lot of time that we can use in that to obviously farm tokens and to make some cash in the actual ranges. But ultimately, we might be here for a while, or it could get bought up at any point, definitely. But we have to start off with, we're going to be here for a while, and we have to take it day by day. So for me, 16K, RSI's reset. Then I'm looking good to make sure that any of the cash, because I was offloading in these areas, little bits, and I'll start deploying back into these sort of areas if we hold those certain levels. Now, for me, I'm still securing more Bitcoin and ETH right now than majority of the altcoins. And that's because if Bitcoin does push these areas and it decides to break through, I still believe that this dominance will be going up. Now, let's go have a look at the dominance as we speak. Dominance right now is having a pullback, but the higher time frame RSIs are starting to become reset, which is basically showing at any point now we're going to have a bounce in dominance and focus is going to go back on Bitcoin. Now, if this goes up and Bitcoin decides to start dumping, the altcoins are going to come down pretty hard as we speak. And we do know how fragile they are and where they are at this point. So for me, I'm still sitting and saying that Bitcoin for me is the safer asset right now, and it's not getting out of the market. It's very important because this may be the low. I'm 60% sure it's not, 40% yes, it's the low. And ultimately, you don't want to get out of the market. You want to go to the safest assets. If the market does pump, we do have that. Now, what is concerning me about, because the catalyst of us getting a new lower low could be what? I think the whole DCG thing is okay. They have to pay back the loans by May. So I think there's a bit of time on that. I think Genesis is not good, to be honest. And for South Africans, be careful of Luno. Be careful of the South African exchanges. Just be careful. Protect yourself. We don't know what's going to happen there next. But one thing that might bring lows is the stock market. This is days and days going up now. We have all the higher time frame RSIs. Look at the daily up in those areas. And ultimately, at any point, we can have a decent pullback within the stock market. And maybe a healthy one. After that, we shall see. But ultimately, you can be looking at a decent pullback. Now, what is that pullback? 10% pullback in the stock market. It'll be quite interesting to see what the crypto market does, that it's been disconnected and hasn't been running together. It'll be quite interesting to see how it does react if the stock market decides to go down. Let's actually have a quick look at the stock market and where it is right now. It is making incredible progress. We're about to, on the weekly, we've just secured the higher high. It looks like we're literally about to make the higher high on the stock market. It doesn't mean anything for crypto now because we've detached for now, but ultimately for the higher and longer term view, it's good. We want the stock market moving. And now look at it, guys. We spoke about it for how long? We have the stock market 7%, 7.5% away from all-time high. Through all the trouble this year and all the heartache, we are 7% away from an all-time high on the stock market, which is absolutely insane. We have the Dixie looking to come down. I do think there's a short-term bounce at some points, and I think the stock market is going to have a little correction, and that's why I'm still concerned with the crypto market for now. But ultimately, things are looking pretty good on the higher time frame for the stock market and the Dixie coming down and the US 10. Now, what does this mean for crypto, guys? Look at the US 10. About to secure another low. Now, what does this mean? It means whenever this stuff settles, we're waiting for a catalyst, and I got a pretty good feeling that if we don't get a low in Bitcoin in the next 2 weeks, I would say. And the reason why I'm saying 2 weeks, let's actually jump here. The stochastic RSI is showing us around 2 weeks. If we don't have any more bad FUD or anything like that, I think in the next 2 weeks, we get the low of Bitcoin. I really do. And the temporary low, we'll see what happens in 6 months, but the temporary low in Bitcoin. And then from that, I think a really strong move up. Now, if Bitcoin holds 15.5 and we trend sideways over the next 2 weeks, I think that's it. I think from that, we have a recovery. I think we're going to have a catalyst. Last year, what was the catalyst? It was Elon Musk. He was the catalyst of the second bull run. I got a feeling that someone's going to bail out someone or something's going to happen and we're going to have a bullish catalyst and all of a sudden the market's going to pop. It's going to pop. We must not remember, even though that this was the last week in crypto, we've been through a really long point. And at some point, we're going to have a humongous bounce and it's going to be 2-3 months of greatness again. And we want to make sure we are prepared throughout those times to make sure. All the guys are out of the market. They flushed out. No one cares anymore. No one's in crypto anymore. These things aren't happening. But you guys are here, which I'm very proud of. And you'll soon understand why I'm extremely proud of you on that. So let's actually jump down and go back into the altcoins. And this is what I'm looking at, guys. So jump through your altcoins, okay? And I want you to go look through your portfolio now. Go take all of your altcoins, and I want you to go look at them on 4-hour, 8-hour. If your altcoin did not make a lower high to Bitcoin, a higher high to Bitcoin in that time, protect yourself and start turning some of it into Bitcoin for now. You can diversify later, but protect yourself. Okay, so if your altcoin, look at Solana, not good at all. If Bitcoin pulls back now, Solana's going to get wrecked. Not Solana, Cardano, sorry. Cardano's going to get wrecked. You can see that very clearly in the chart. Go through them. ETH, nearly there, no higher high. If it pulls back from here, ETH's going to hurt towards Bitcoin. Theta, no higher high. We have a slight trend. Let's see if we hold it. But ultimately, if we break back in here, ETH is going to hurt against Bitcoin. AVAX, one that's showing slight strength. Slight strength. So it's a possibility, hold on to your AVAX. This obviously means that AVAX got destroyed already. It's been hurt now for the last while. And that's why it's reacting pretty well against Bitcoin at this point. Some altcoins got hurt than others. And ultimately, what you're going to see if we do have a capitulation or big fall is some altcoins will catch up. Others will hurt, but they won't hurt too bad. And a lot will literally catch up really quickly. So the best way to see that is to the Bitcoin pairing. MATC for me is losing steam. Losing steam. We've just broken trend now. MATC, I'll turn it to some Bitcoin. Chainlink, strong as hell. Strong as hell. Chainlink is looking incredibly strong. I would hold on to Chainlink. Go through all your altcoins to Bitcoin. Whatever's looking terrible, there's no higher highs. It's looking horrible to Bitcoin. Go to Bitcoin for now. And how do you do that? You jump onto your Binance and you go straight Chainlink to BTC. And basically, Bitcoin becomes your main ground. I'm selling my Chainlink 100% or 50%, and you'll see you get Bitcoin. And when you want to buy back, you're going to take your Bitcoin and you're going to go buy, and it's going to buy you Chainlink. Just trade to Bitcoin. Ignore dollars for now. We're already down in the lower range. Maybe there's a 20% down. Maybe this is the low. Who cares about dollars now? Trade to Bitcoin, trade to Bitcoin, trade to Bitcoin, because it's going to accumulate you a lot of tokens, and it's teaching you to jump to the safer assets throughout these times, and you're going to start calming down. It's not going to be so hard take anymore. So go through all of them. BNB hold. Looking great. Look at that. It's looking fantastic. DOT, sad. Litecoin, good. Definitely good at this point. Ape, sad. For me, where it is now at a big thing, so go through your tokens to Bitcoin and make that actual decision. Then let's actually have a look at some of these to the USDT pairing so we can get a basic understanding of where we're actually at with them. And you're going to do the same thing. So let's go use Solana as the example. Solana's looking pretty good. And ultimately, we want to know, are we going to get the $6 Solana? Maybe. For now, capitulation is still on our minds and it could happen. It's pretty simple with Solana. If this comes down and Solana holds $11.50 and your 4-hour, your 8-hour, and your 12-hour RSIs are at the bottom, have a higher low on your Bitcoin pairing, A and away. Solana is probably one of the biggest opportunities you're going to get. Especially at the low. I'm telling you guys want to build a Solana bag. You're being stingy because maybe there's a $6 one there, but you want it, guys. Solana is going nowhere for me. And ultimately, Solana is one of the huge opportunities. What is it? I think it's a 15x back to all-time high. It's absolutely massive. Look at NEAR. NEAR for me, lower high. If I have it, I'm turning it into Bitcoin because this is showing me more downside. Guys, if Bitcoin fakes out now, the alts are going to get wrecked. Chainlink will hold pretty well to probably make a higher low. ETH will probably hold pretty well. BNB will hold pretty well. Possibly they'll come down to the lower ranges, but they might not make lower lows. And that's ultimately what you want to be. So minimize your amount of tokens now And once we are happy and Bitcoin has reached that area, I would rather you getting out of Bitcoin at 18K, knowing we're going up back into the altcoins, than doing it now and risking yourself a 40% if things don't go right. You're still going to make money if Bitcoin bounces. You're still going to start making recovery if Bitcoin bounces throughout these times. So just learn the power of using the BTC pairs throughout these times and minimize your tokens now. Take that list of yours, shrink it for now. Let Bitcoin, let's say it goes sideways for the next week or two. In 2 weeks' time or a week time, we diversify again. We go crazy again, put the risk on again. We know we're going up now, and then we hit it, guys. Extremely, extremely, extremely important. But protect yourself now. And it's just teaching you the power again. You don't have to get out of the market. It's going to calm you down so much because the market pumps you in the market. Market dumps you in the safest asset. Yes, it goes down slightly, Bitcoin in price, but ultimately the altcoins are going to get wrecked. So people always have this fear of getting out of the market because what if? What happens? So don't get out then. It's a very powerful skill, guys, and use this now. I want you to do this again. What you're doing right now, draw it in your bear market strategies and your rule system. So when you're here again in the next few years, in the next few months, you just pull out your notepad and you know exactly what to damn do. This is experience that you're learning right now. It may not be here for that long. If it goes in bull market, don't forget everything you've just learned right now because it might come again in the future. Make sure, guys, prep yourself now. It's knowledge. Yeah, Bitcoin is pissed off. I agree. Phantom as well. Phantom not looking great to Bitcoin as we speak, but might, later on, I think Phantom is also huge. Is Andre Canoe back? He's coming back. Phantom, we got to prep. We got to prep because Phantom, I think, is going to be, let's actually look at the Phantom chart. Looking pretty good. Not bad. Obviously waiting to see if Bitcoin does hold that actual level. So guys, let's quickly number down and jump in here. Bitcoin, go have your chart, have your trend line in play. There's your buy zone, 16K. 16K is your level. If your 4-hour, 8-hour, and 12-hour RSI are reset, we hold the higher low. We in Bitcoin, we in Link, we in BNB, we in the strong altcoins to Bitcoin, even Solana, good. And ultimately, once Bitcoin is through this mess of the offload zones, then we can focus on getting into the rest of the coins. And ultimately, we can get that risk and jump into everything because then everything's going to go wild again. Just be prepared that the reason why you jump into Bitcoin and safer assets right now is because the stock market has not pulled back, guys. We don't know yet. Maybe the stock market pulled back and crypto holds. We will see. But for now, what happens if crypto tanks with the stock market? We cannot be in super high risk right now. Take your time with it, and ultimately, we can jump from there. So, guys, I'm keeping shorter shows. I love you all. I'll see you all tomorrow. Let's keep going. Learn these pairs, guys. Get your head out of the dollars right now. Bitcoin pairing, Ethereum pairing. Learn it. Understand it. And remember to write down and build the system. So if you ever hear again, you have it. You don't have to redo it again. How many bull runs you been through? 2. Okay. And how many bear markets you been through?
2 massive ones.
2 massive ones. Did you learn? Did you write down all the rules the first time? Did you repeat a lot of the things again? Exactly. Like we're teaching you guys, don't repeat. Take this time. It's knowledge in your book. And ultimately, it's going to serve a big thing throughout your trading career. Love you all, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Much love, fam.
That shows